I used to spend my nights running some of the hottest parties in New York City. VIP sections, bottle service, hip-hop artists calling my phone, and that was my life. But behind the scenes, I was empty, angry, and headed for destruction. This is the story of how Jesus stepped into my mess and completely flipped my life upside down, taking me from a New York City club promoter to now a pastor. But listen, if it's your first time here, my name is Jonathan, and on this channel, I help Christians think biblically and engage culture through a Christian worldview. And if you're getting any value from this channel, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And if you've ever wondered whether God can change a life, I pray that my story encourages you today. Now let's get into it. I grew up in Passaic, New Jersey. I was raised by a single mom in a rough neighborhood. And I remember after high school, I started working for my cousin who was a local nightclub promoter. At first, it was just throwing teen parties for him in the area so I can make some money and learn the game. Afterwards, it was passing out flyers for his parties. But as soon as I finished, I'd sneak into the clubs even though I was underage and get a taste of that world. I saw my cousin and his friends, the money, the women, the respect, and I thought, man, I want that. So eventually, he allowed me to partner with him and we started throwing parties in Paterson, New Jersey. And immediately from that point, me and my friends grew popular, the money started coming in, and I gave myself to that life completely. For 4 straight years, I partied almost every day and I got paid to do it. New York City radio stations started to notice me. Hip-hop artists and DJs were calling me. Radio stations like Power 105.1, Hot 97, La Mega suddenly realized who I was. I was no longer that kid from Passaic, New Jersey throwing parties. I was officially part of the New York City nightlife scene. And on the outside, I looked like I was winning. But on the inside, I was dying. I was prideful, verbally abusive to people, and thought that I was untouchable. I was living for money, living for women, and living for status, but I was empty. The very thing I thought would make me free was actually enslaving me. But on one night, on September 3rd, 2010, Labor Day weekend, I'll never forget it. I came home that afternoon and saw a package in the mail from my dad. Inside the package was a DVD of a woman sharing her testimony of how Jesus radically changed her life. And honestly, after I watched it, I thought, man, I heard all this before. I heard this in church services. My dad's a pastor. I heard this my entire life. But I thought, not right now. I'm still too young. I just want to have my fun. And after the testimony ended, I got a call from DJ Pro Style's manager asking if I wanted to team up with him and a few other promoters to throw a weekly party on Thursday night that was going to be a success because he was going to be DJing as well. I told him, listen, sounds like a good idea, but let me talk to my team and I'll get back at you. But when I hung up the phone, something happened. I began to weep. I didn't know why I was crying and I couldn't stop. And then suddenly my whole life flashed before my eyes. I saw the fights, the drugs, the disrespect, the danger that I put myself and my mother in because I was living with my moms at the time. And I felt in that moment as I was wrestling with God that he was telling me, listen, look where your fun has led you to. But then I was like, but Lord, I'm only 23 years old. I'm still too young. I still need to have more fun. And then he smacked me again with reality. You're broke, you're depressed, you're lonely. Look where your fun has led you. You're broken, empty, and miserable. And in that moment, I said, Uncle, Lord, I give up, I surrender. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm surrendering my life. And when I got up from that moment, everything started to change. I walked away from the club scene, which let me tell you, wasn't easy. I had to lose some relationships, I lost income, and I even began to lose the very thing that made me feel significant. But I gained something better. I gained Jesus. And as I started reading the Bible, it was like learning to see for the first time. The gospel was not just information, it was transformation. God put a new hunger within me, and I wanted to know him, I wanted to walk with him, and I wanted others to help experience what I had just experienced. And that hunger led me to pack up my life and head to Bible college here in Florida. I studied theology, ministry, and the Bible, and I fell in love with the Word of God. I started to preach, started to disciple, I started to share the gospel with anyone who would listen. And since graduating Bible college in 2017, God has continued to open doors. I went on to complete my master's degree at Moody Seminary in Chicago. I served in vocational pastoral ministry in the Chicago area and in Raleigh, North Carolina. And today I have the privilege of leading our small group ministry at our church. and helping people find real gospel-centered community. I also get to train and equip future pastors and ministry leaders as an adjunct professor at the very Bible college that I graduated from, and I also get to partner with pastors across Tampa Bay to help them save the lives of unborn children. My life used to be about promoting clubs, but now it's about promoting Jesus. So maybe you're chasing the things I was chasing: money, pleasure, status, but you still feel empty. And Jesus is inviting you into a better life, not a perfect life, but a forgiven life. So listen, if God can take a club promoter from New York and New Jersey and turn him into a pastor and an adjunct professor, he can rewrite anybody's story, including yours. If you're chasing meaning in all the wrong places, today could be the day that you meet Jesus like I did. And if you're already a believer, let my story be a reminder that God is in the business of transformation and he's not done with you yet. So if this encouraged you, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and share this with a friend who needs hope. I also love to hear your story. How did Jesus save you? Let's celebrate what God is doing together. I appreciate you rocking with me through this video. If you've gotten any value from this video, do me a favor and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to this channel. Every week, we're dropping content to help believers develop a strong biblical worldview and walk with spiritual clarity in a world full of confusion. So before you go, check out these next videos that YouTube seems to be recommending. Grace and peace.